Hi guys, welcome to game one of my shootout hockey one and done tournament. The game today is Toronto at Anaheim, and I've only played once this game, and that was all by dice, but today I'm going to use the fast action card and the dice. I'm going to play the hybrid game that Dave Gardner suggested, where the action actually is done by dice rather than by the action cards. And so before we start, if you watch the draw, you will have seen that I made the draw and moved the teams from left to right and then to the bottom and then back up. Now I've got to decide how I'm going to do the rest of this tournament after game one. Do I go to game two, then three, then four, then five, then six, and so on? Or do I go one, so do the corners of the games that are available? Or I can roll a d20 and just pick the game as a random number on the dice. So what I'm going to do at the end of the game, I'm going to roll a d20 just in case, but once you've watched this game, let me know how you want me to proceed. Sequence, corners, random. And I shall probably do another game in a couple of days, so you've got time to actually make a decision for me. If nobody votes on this game, and this is the only game that it will be voted on, then I will do it random. Anyway, to today's game. Toronto are at Anaheim, and just for this one I'm going to go through the steps to decide how the teams are playing and who's in goals. So the game, as I say, is a red, white and blue dice. There is an extra dice in just for this part because the goalies do have double ratings sometimes. So let's see. Toronto goalie, Toronto is going to be blue. The Anaheim goalie is going to be red and white, and then the gold dice if it's needed. So here we go. So 6 is Toronto away is a D rating, and the goalie is 43, and 43 is Gibson. So Gibson is the Anaheim goalie, and he is a rated D goalie always. So if we do this now for Anaheim, 5, the home team, Anaheim, are an F rated team today, and 35 is Anderson for Toronto in goal, and the 6 on the goal dice makes him a D. So we use those numbers to cross-reference this table. So Toronto away are a D, the goal attending rating is a D, gives us an 11 to 21 on a scoring chance and 11 to 31 on a power play. You add 6 and it's 15 if you're using the fast action cards, but I'm using the dice to make that decision, so it's just 6. And for Anaheim, the home team, they're an F against a D. So an F against a D is 62 to 66 and 52 to 66 if it's a power play. And that is the end of that sheet. You don't need that sheet anymore in this game. So as I say, in the rest of the games that I've video, I'm not going to do that. I'll have that already set up. This is as simple as I'm getting with my score sheet. Just got my ratings here, and I'll write any penalties, any goals, but I'm not keeping any stats. So here we go. The blue dice is the time. The red and white is red like Akbar. And just for your information, penalties 33, 34, 35 is an away penalty. 36, 42, 44 is a home penalty, and 41 is both. I will need, oh no, I won't need to put on the card. Here we go then. So 4, which is 1 minute, 1 minute off the clock, and 25, there's no action. So I don't need to change any cards, and 2 is 2 minutes, 45 is no action. 2 is 2 minutes, and 33 is an away team penalty. So a penalty against the away team. Have we got a T or a Z3? So Mana gets a penalty. Gardner gets a penalty. And they're all minors. Hainsey gets a penalty. Dermot gets a penalty. Gosh, they've got a lot of people that got penalties in at the start of this game. And there's no Z3s. So you only play one penalty. It's as though the other 3 occurred earlier in the game. So we don't need the blue dice because each penalty, each minute is 1 roll. So 66 is going to be a shot on goal for Toronto. And B is the player who shot it, who is Raquel. It is from the slot. And from the slot, it is a goal. So Raquel scores. The assists, so Raquel's line is 2. The defensive line is D1. So the assist is any R5. So there is Enrique gets 1. And the other one is the left defenseman. It was a second line, so Fowler. And that was at 13:40. So the power play is over, 13:40. And here we go. 2 minutes off the clock. 23 is no action. Oh, I forgot to put the goal in. Are you ready for this? Three is 3 minutes. 46 is no action. 6 is 3 minutes. Time ticking away. And 51, no action. Pretty boring first period, this. Oops. 3 is 3 minutes. And 36 is a penalty against Anaheim. So the penalty is a T or a Z3. So penalties for Anaheim, Enrique. He's got one. Raquel, goal scorer. Fowler. And Z3, we don't have one. So we've got 2 rolls for the power play. We're down to 2 minutes in the game. 43 is nothing. And 63 is a short-handed chance. So G on a short-handed chance is Casse or Case. It's from the blue line. And it is a rebound shot. So for a rebound, we have to roll against the goalie's rebound rating, the blue dice. 3 is lower, so he doesn't get the rebound, he doesn't get shot off, and so we go back, and that's the end of the power play, and the 1 will run out of time. So at the end of the first period, score Toronto 0, Anaheim 1. And we're about to start the second period, and it's as easy as that. It's a very easy, quick game. I quite like it because you can get it done very, very quickly. And as I said, this is only my second game. So here we go. Puck drop. 2 minutes off the clock. And 44. That is an awaiting penalty. And so we're looking at W or Y2. So looking down here, we don't have any, so there is no penalty. They're only possibles, obviously. As you can see, there wasn't one in there. 1 minute. On the blue dice, 1 and 4 is 1, 2 and 5 is 2, sorry, 3 and 6 is 3. 42 is another possible penalty to Anaheim. So let's see what happens this time. A U or a Z3. So Silverberg gets 2. Getzlaff gets 2. And Perry has got a 2-minute penalty. So here we go. Just need the red and white. First minute. 35. Nothing happens. Oh, sorry. Yes, there could be a penalty for Anaheim, for Toronto here. And Toronto, an S or a Z3. So for Toronto, Brown gets the 2 minutes. Nylander got 2 minutes as well, as did Zaitsev. And Ozhiganov got 2 minutes. And we don't have a Z3, so we're now 4 on 4. So I suppose I'm just going to have to roll the red and white. And 42. Geez, this could be a penalty to Anaheim. U or a Z3. So Silverberg gets another 2. Getzlaff gets 1. Another one. Perry also. So we're still on 4 on 4. The first penalty is over. And so we're 4 on 4 for another minute. So that should be in the white. But 25 is nothing. And so this will be the power play for Toronto. Another minute coming off. 31. They will get a power play shot. And it comes from the slot. Sorry, it's N, who is Matthews. Comes from the blue line. And it's a possible save. So we roll the 2 dice, add them together. And the goalie is Gibson. And it is 9. It's 5-9, so it's saved. So they see off the power play, and we're back to 5 on 5. Gosh, that was a bit complicated there. 6, that's 3 minutes off the clock. 45. No action. It's a bit of a relief after the last couple of seconds. 5 is 2 minutes. And 22 is no action. 1 minute off the clock, and 12 is a shot for Toronto. Shot is by C, who is Mana. The shot is from the face-off circle, and it is no goal. Four is 1 minute. 64 is a shot by Anaheim. The shot is by Raquel, who scored earlier, and it's from the slot. Goal! So Raquel gets his second goal of the game, and that will be at 6:36. And the assists, the D2 is on the line with the offensive line. So first assist will go to the center, who is Henrique, and the second assist will go to the left defender, who is Fowler. So it's the same combination that got the first goal, and Anaheim take a 2-goal lead. 6 is 3 minutes. 21 is a shot for Toronto, and it is by J, who is Marlowe. It's from the blue line, and it's no goal. So we have 3 minutes off the clock, and that ends the period. You don't continue as soon as that clock's run out. So after 2 periods, Anaheim lead by 2-0. And this game was the actual game that I played on the dice earlier, and Toronto won 5-4. So it's a bit of a difference today, but there's still time. Here we go. 1 minute off the clock. 45 is no action. So Toronto need to try and get back. And that is 3 minutes. They don't want those sort of rolls. 42 is a possible penalty against Anaheim. Let's have a look what the card says this time. A Y or an X2. So Anaheim, they've got no Ys and they've got no X2s. So there's no penalty. 1 minute off the clock. 65 is an Anaheim attack. And the puck is going to come to Getzlaf. He will shoot from the slot. Goal! At 15:51. Getzlaf gets the goal. The defensive one line is on the ice with the offensive one line. First assist is the right defender, who is Montour. And the second assist is the line. So I'm going to give it to the right wing, who is Case or Carsey, whichever way it's said. So 3-0. This game looks like it's beyond Toronto now. 2 minutes off the clock. 12 is a Toronto attack. And this is going to be Hainsey, the defender. It's going to be from the slot. And he misses the shot. 3 minutes off the clock. 66, and that is going to be an Anaheim attack. Anaheim now cruising. F is Sprong. Great name. Sprong will shoot from the face-off circle. And it's a goal! 10 minutes 57, Sprong. And the assists. The line is the D1 line. So the left wing gets the first assist, who is Aberg. And the second assist will go to the right wing, who is Sprong, so there's only one assist. Now at this point, Dave Gardner would pull a third one to see if anybody else got the assist, but I'm just going to stick to the 2 turns. 3 minutes off the clock, and Toronto look like they're not going to make anything of this game. 54 is no action. So this game's beginning to fizzle out, the crowd are beginning to leave. 1 minute off the clock, 43 is no action. 3 minutes off the clock, and 34 could be a penalty to Toronto. V or Z2. So Kadri gets a 2-minute penalty. And that's all. There's there's a reserve. So I'm going to have to look at the reserves for Toronto. And we roll 2 dice. 51. Lindholm gets a 2-minute penalty. So we're on a penalty kill for Toronto. Anaheim on the power play, 36. That could be an Anaheim penalty. W or Z2? Nope. So there's no penalty. And 64 is going to be a possible goal shot for Anaheim, and it is going to be Silfverberg. Silfverberg from the blue line. And he scores! 1:47 left. Silfverberg. It's going to be assisted. The D2 is on the line. That is the defensive line that's with the attacking team, and the first assist is a 6. So Getzlav gets an assist. And the other assist is the left defenseman, who is Fowler. Again, that's 3 assists. So we go back, re-roll the dice, and time runs out. And so our first result of this one and done tournament, Toronto 0, Anaheim 5. And that third period was a real killer for Toronto. So as we move back to our little chart here, we can move Anaheim on to the next round. So guys, in case I don't get an answer on how to continue, the next game will be New York Nashville, so we will know who plays Toronto. So remember the choices you've got. You've got either sequence, corners, or random, and that's the way I will do the rest of the sequence of the tournament. But the next one will be New York against Nashville. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, thumbs up. If you haven't, thumbs down. Just to recap on what happened. In the first period at 13:40 of the game, Raquel, assisted by Henrique and Fowler. In the second with 663, Raquel, assisted by Henrique and Fowler. And in the third with 15:51 to go, Getzlaff, Montour and Case, or Case, whichever one it is. With 10:57 to go, Sprong, assisted by Aberg. And with 1:47 to go, a power play goal, Silverberg, assisted by Getzlaff and Fowler. And yes, I realise that these timings should be inverted, so 13:40 should be 6:20. But it's my first effort, so I hope you'll forgive me for that. So there you go, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know how you want me to progress the rest of the games, whether it's in sequence, corners or random. But until the next game, leave a comment, let me know what you think. It's very important to know whether to keep videoing these games, and hopefully I'll hear from you soon.